everybody. We're back on our gumdo lessons. So I'm using my XMA sword today, so I won't have my sheath, my scabbard. I don't use it when I'm working with my XMA. So I'm going to be replicating a lot of what you do with the wooden sword, which is just holding it at your belt to represent the sheath. Okay, so make sure you do your warm-ups. Go back, stop this video, go back and do the warm-up video. Make sure your shoulders are nice and loose. Make sure that you have warmed up your wrists. I did a lot of shoulder and wrist work this weekend, and I'm realizing that I'm not stretching quite enough when I do my sword work. So just word to the wise, take care of your body. We have completed the whole first segment of the form. Everything we've done up until this point is segment 1. Now we're going into segment 2. So if you remember when we left off, and I'm gonna adjust so the camera. We left off in close stance in our ready position, facing the corner. Our hand resting on our hilt. And we are going to, this was the hardest part of the form for me to learn. So I'm gonna take it very slow because we're gonna go into some stances you're not used to. The first move, you're still being attacked from this corner direction. So the first move is an evasion. We're actually going to step with our left foot into, it's kind of like a running stance, but your front leg is bent, your back knee is bent, almost in a lunge, but it's tighter, okay? So, you know, where a lunge would be here, you're gonna pull this in tight. So you're just crouching down to get away from the sword for the other person. So your sword, when you do that, when you crouch, you're actually going to turn it all the way over. You're gonna roll it out so that the blade is down, okay? When you do that, that allows you to pull out and strike at the same time, going up at an angle. So, and when you do, you're going to crouch and drop the weapon. When I have my sheath, I let my left hand help me. So my left hand will actually pull the weapon over, roll it, so that when I step out with my right foot, my right hand can unsheath the weapon. So you're going to take I'm gonna break this down. You're gonna step into this crouch, you're gonna take your right leg and you're gonna swoop out and then go into your front stance. So it's a kind of an outward display of that leg. That allows you to evade that whole strike from your opponent. And when you unsheath, you're gonna come up into that block stance. So you're your weapon goes diagonal up to here, okay? So I like to end mine a little bit in front so that I'm blocking anything that comes at me. All right, let's do that again. Just the preparation. So you're in your soft knees, ready stance position, right hand on your weapon, step into that crouch, and then take your right foot, step out, unsheath. Good. I keep my left hand always at my ready when I'm practicing, but it would go to your sheath and just kind of rest there at your belt level. I'm gonna face the camera for this next part. Now, this is a combination of moves all smashed together into one. So your opponent is striking. You are going to pull your weapon, they're hitting here, and you're blocking. So you are turning your sword over to trap their weapon, okay? So you've unsheathed, and I like to call it a little bit of a scoop, and then a flip, okay? So coming to the crouch, out, scoop, flip, okay? Now from here, your left hand is gonna stay at your side the whole time. You're actually going to pull the weapon around, and that turn is going to pull the rest of your body. So watch my weapon first. I like to practice with the sword first, and then your feet will follow if your sword is doing the right thing. The sword comes around, pulls you around. Once your back is to your opponent, you're gonna bring it over your head to flip it, and then slice, okay? Let's do that part, just that part again. So you've already done your scoop and flip. Now let the weapon pull you around, then bring it over your head. So you're here, just bring your arm over and then strike, okay? Let's do just that. Left hand at your weapon, on your sheath, right hand resting softly. Step into that crouch, unsheath, dip, flip. Now turn, okay? Don't worry about your feet yet. We're only worrying about our weapon. Now, you want your weapon, you gotta go slow at first, but you want your weapon to pull you and then pull you again. Do you see that? So I've done the dip and flip, pull, overhead, pull again. And that's gonna turn you around. Now think about it in terms of 2 half turns rather than 1 full turn, just to start with. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like full speed so you can see kind of the end goal. Okay, I come back after this strike and I pull back into a back stance with my blade by my eye to survey again. Now, you don't stay there though. Remember in segment 1, we sit there for a second and we kind of look. We don't do that again. We pull it and then we attack immediately. So we're just doing a split-second check and then going into that next attack. But I want to review that one more time. I'm gonna do it facing you. Let's break it down slow together. Step out, flip that weapon over. And you could show a little blade here, but not much, okay? Step out to that front stance, good. Scoop, flip, spin, and back into your back stance, okay? That's where you're gonna end. Let's do it a couple more times. I'm gonna face the mirror, just face the video so you can see me. Good, nice and soft. Dip, flip, spin. Good. Now once you get to here, you're going to do a kick. It's kind of a swing, strike, swing, kick, strike. So you're not kicking, but you're gonna act like you are. So from here, left hand is still on your side. You're gonna kick the right foot forward. And when you do, you're gonna strike as you land, okay? So the right foot comes forward, strike, ayah, and stab, okay? Let me do it facing the camera. Come back to that back stance. The right leg kicks up. You're gonna pull your weapon back and strike. This strike, make it strong, but not so strong that it pulls you off of your center. Good. Kick up, ayah, and then stab. That's when you'll put your left hand back on your weapon. You strike, put your left hand back on your weapon, stab. Okay, that's the motion. So kick up, strike, stab, okay? And when you stab, you're gonna be landing with your left foot into a front stance. Everything is done on the diagonal. One more time, let's go through the whole thing this time. We'll go through it slow, and then we'll speed it up. Crouch, unsheath, dip, flip, turn, overhead, turn, back to that back stance, kick that leg up, strike, stab, ayah! Now, I was going so slow that you saw me stab before I put my foot down. Those need to be at the same time. Right, ready? Let's do it slow again. Crouch. Remember, I'm putting that blade upside down. My blade is pointing up, but it's turned over. So I can unsheath. Good. Dip you're gonna scoop underneath their weapon. Now, you don't do this. Scoop and flip. It's small. So you're here, go under the weapon and flip. That way you've kind of locked their weapon so you can push it out of the way. Ready? Here, dip, flip, Start to spin, overhead, finish that spin, back to back stance, kick up, strike, ayah, stab. Good, let's do that again. That's the entirety of segment 2. So this is all we're gonna learn this week, okay? Back to ready stance, chest up, back straight, crouch to evade. I drop my shoulder at the same time. Unsheath, dip, flip, half spin over the head, rest of the spin, back stance, kick out, strike, ayah, stab. Now from here, you're going to just shake. That's it. This is, we don't have to regrip to get the blood off of our blade. This is the easiest one. So you've stabbed, take your left hand off, put it by your sheath, flick your sword away from you to clear the blood. Then you will step towards your right foot, just like we did last segment. Back to the ready stance. Now, you will face the corner again. I just wanted to face the video so you could see me. So some things to note. Your feet, let's talk about your feet in that spin. Because now that you've kind of mastered the weapon work again a little bit, your feet should be following you. So when you're here and I do my dip and flip, this turn pulls my left leg around. Over my head, it pulls my left leg around again until the point where my right foot doesn't want to move anymore. And that's when I pull it back into that back stance, okay? So one more time, just watch my feet. So I dip, flip, start to spin over my head, spin again, and back stance. So my turn is happening on my right foot. My left foot is following until it's in the position of a good back stance. So my left foot comes all the way back around to here. Then I step back and I can go into my cut, okay? So that's the footwork. When I first learned this, I tried to do the footwork first because I felt like if I focus on my base, everything else will follow suit. And what I realized is the sword really does a lot of work for you. If you're using your hips to drive your sword work, your feet will just follow you, okay? So really focus on your hip movement and how that's leading your stances and your strikes, and everything else just kind of falls into place, okay? All right, so one more time, that whole segment. Dip, flip, turn, overhead, strike. Strike with one hand, two hands on the blade. Ayah! Flick. Back to your sheath. Stepping towards your right foot and resheath. That's it. Awesome job, everybody. Now, I recommend that you pause this, rewind it, do it again and again and again and again, okay? Just like the segments I taught you, the little mini segments. Do your crouch, unsheath. Once you get that really well, then do your flip and start to spin, okay? Unsheath, dip, flip, spin. So unsheath, dip, flip, half spin, okay? Then just spend time doing that half spin. Then the full spin. Then do the whole thing, back to the back stance, and just build slowly. And move on once you have confidence in what you've done already, okay? Awesome job, everybody. Make sure you cool down, do some more stretching, get those shoulders nice and loose again, and we'll be ready for next week. Next week will be the last segment, and then we'll follow it up with another video of the entire form, talking about any issues you have. Now, I invite you all to send me questions. If you are confused about something, if you want help with a certain segment or a certain line, send me or post those questions below the video, and we'll get those incorporated into our last video of learning so that you can all kind of see it all come together. Okay? Awesome job, everybody. Have a great day.